The Secret Service comes in, shoves you to the ground, is dragging you off the stage, and your response is to break free of the Secret Service and stand up and expose yourself to ongoing gunfire, with literally people being shot in the bleachers right behind you, right? And screaming and like chaos and blood and all of it. And to actually expose yourself to that level of physical danger and put your fist up in the air and say, fight, fight, fight. Like, we don't see physical bravery like that. Like, I'm sure they saw it in World War II. I'm sure you see it in wartime, but like, we don't see that in our lives. And so I think it was one of those just such shocking, positively shocking moments, that it was this thing where it's just like, all right, if we're not going to stand up for that, like, what are we all doing? And so I think that definitely, I think that made a big impact.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I should have said you were one of the people that tweeted that image on that day. Were you nervous to do that?
Look, it's just like, it's the United States of America. We've all been told for 10 years that we're all racist and sexist and horrible, and the country's horrible, and colonialism and on, and it's just like all horrible, and tech is horrible, and the whole thing is horrible. And here's this guy bleeding out of his head who's standing up, and he's literally, I mean, the iconography is amazing. He's literally wearing a red, white, and blue suit and tie, the colors of the country, with the American flag behind him. By the way, we knew at that point that we were going to come out for him. Like, Ben and I had already decided at that time. We had dinner with him 8 days before that, and then that happened the following Saturday. And then we were headed in actually to record our podcast where we were going to endorse him on that Monday. And then, of course, the other, of course, important thing about that moment is that's the moment when Elon stepped up and said, "Yep, I'm for him." That was the big moment in our industry, where the most important iconic figure in tech by far did that in that moment, and so that was the real shift.
Peter Thiel got up at the RNC in 2016 and endorsed Trump. Yep. That didn't have the same effect of sort of giving people cover or shifting the tide in the way that Elon did. How do you understand that?
I mean, again, I think it's the mindset, what we all knew or thought we knew in 2016 or 2015, 2016. I was just speaking for myself. Like, I didn't have anywhere near the depth of knowledge or awareness, or like, I hadn't really thought about any of it.